So we're heading off to one of the UK's once top secret nuclear bunkers. They were all across the country during the Cold War and were a place where, according to the war books and the government plans, regional seats of government would, in theory, survive in the event of a nuclear Armageddon. Obviously, some people believe that these plans would never have actually been any use in the event of an actual, real nuclear bombardment. But at least they had plans, and that's the thing that people are worried about now, with Vladimir Putin in Russia talking about nuclear weapons and tensions in the world rising, and the need to ensure that the UK is resilient. There are people that think maybe, there is a place for nuclear bunkers once more. I mean, this was once a very, very serious business. People grappling with the idea, really, of an attack on the UK that would threaten the very existence of the survival of this country. It doesn't get more serious than that. Wow. So what would this have been?
Well, this is the guardhouse. It's the entrance to the bunker. All built in 1952. It was built to look like a farm cottage to confuse the Russians, but I don't suppose it did for a minute.
The scale of this bunker underlines just how seriously governments during the Cold War took the threat of nuclear attack and global conflict. Thankfully, their defences didn't have to be tested, but at least they had a plan that was resourced and regularly rehearsed. This is the entrance door. It's made of steel, which is designed to protect the bunker if there was a nuclear blast. We're actually 100 feet under the ground, but you would have still felt the impact should the worst have happened. How did you feel when you first came down into this bunker?
I was surprised, because I expected it to be a dark, dank, wet, cave-like bunker.
This place was designed to hold up to 600 officials that would be dealing with the fallout from a nuclear attack. There were 3 layers, this bottom layer, up there a middle layer which was more of a government office area, and then the top, the dormitories and a hospital. Even though it's 3 stories up, you're still 50 feet beneath the ground. If an attack happened, the people down here would be here for a long time, and this is where the most senior officials would sleep. That's where the top government official for the region would have to be. This would be his deputy, another senior minister or civil servant, and here would be where the Prime Minister would come. If he or she had chance to get here, they might have gone to another bunker, but there was clearly a bed ready for them.
Do not go outside. Stay where you are, so your civil defence warden gives you other instructions. Stay tuned this way.
This is where the emergency broadcast would have been made in the event of a nuclear attack. Here is where, if the Prime Minister had come to this bunker, he or she, it's clearly designed to look like Margaret Thatcher, would have given their message to the country. And what about today's government? Do they keep in touch? Are they still interested?
Well, we don't have direct communications with the Prime Minister, but we do get the odd letter that is odd to us, and certainly we've had odd things that have happened, like our telephone wires. When we wanted an extra telephone wire, we got a brand new 750 line put in. The manholes are all hardened, and so I think we're probably still on a list, which makes absolutely proper sense.
And would you be willing to give this place back?
I wouldn't have an option. If they took emergency powers, I wouldn't have an option.